Yeah. So tell me everything about Endgame.
Next question.
So you haven't seen it. Do they purposely not show it to you guys?
I think for this one, it probably just makes it easier if we don't know. And I have to say, because we started press yesterday, it was just such a nice vibe because no one's trying to not say something. We all just don't really know what happens at all. So it feels more relaxed than say for like the Captain Marvel press tour where I knew everything and then still had to be very measured with my words.
So how nervous are you about slipping up when you're doing Captain Marvel?
Pretty nervous. I mean, that was the thing I was the most excited about, I think, with the movie coming out, was just that then it was out in the open and I didn't have to worry about spoiling major things. It's hard to talk about it when you have to talk around something.
Right. So Captain Marvel, how are you going to do it again?
Am I doing it again? Oh, for this movie?
Just another Captain Marvel movie? Like,
I don't know.
How much money did it make? A gazillion?
Yeah, we broke some records. It was good.
What does that feel like?
I'm happy to be on the forefront of the normalization of this type of content and to prove once again that representation matters. Diverse storytelling matters. The female experience matters. And these are markers. This is kind of, in our society, some of the ways that it takes in order to prove that point. So it's something I've always known, and I think a lot of people always knew, but this is just normalizing.
What does it feel like to have little girls say to you, thank you?
That has made me emotional and surprisingly emotional. I think also because movies it's not like a concert, it's not theater, so you're not having a ton of interaction with the thing that we're making all the time. So usually it's quite separate. You know, I make the thing a year or two before it comes out, and then people are in the theater having their own experience, and I usually don't know. It's not until Room came out that I got social media. And that is also a way that you can connect with people and see what people are responding to. But of course, like person-to-person interaction is really valuable. And it reminds me of what I didn't have growing up. I don't think we think about that all the time as kids. I think we accept what we have. But to see this new generation of boys and girls, or kids who don't identify as either, being able to see this on screen and to not know anything different is really exciting.
What did you know about Captain Marvel before you got involved?
I didn't. I mean, once Marvel kind of softly pitched the idea to me and said they wanted me to come in, I did my own research on it and kind of looked at the history of the character. But more than anything, the work began once I sat down and talked with them about it, because there's been a lot of iterations of this character. And I wanted to see what pathway they were going to take with it. What was their reason for making the story? And who did they want this Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, to be? And once I understood that, and on top of it understood that they really were hiring me to be the expert on this, that I was going to be able to take all the source material and run with it and create something in regards to representation that I felt like was missing, then it felt like a right match.
And how important was it that there wasn't a love interest?
I think it's super important, but I think it's important really just to give another option. It's not to say that to be in love or to have a love interest is like gross or unnatural in any way. It's just to say we've had it this way for so long. And I think especially when you're dealing with bigger movies where there's a bigger risk involved, we tend to take the safer route. And so to have a company like Marvel be at the forefront of kind of changing these structures of story and the norms is really, really important.
I don't think a lot of people realize like how much that's a legacy of Stan Lee, that he was for diversity. He was not for just, churning out product just for anybody.
Yeah. And I actually had the opportunity to meet him when he did the cameo in the movie. And so I felt really lucky to have just gotten one interaction, just a couple hours with him. I don't even know what I said. I think that there was just a lot of handshaking and a lot of thank yous, and we were trying to get his piece in it. So it was more of like working and then a lot of just like thank you so much in between,
Stan Lee. He's going to be missed.
A legend. Yeah, he
really is a legend. Let's talk about LGBTQ representation in the Marvel world, because at the Captain Marvel premiere, I spoke to Victoria Alonso, and she said the world is ready.
Oh, she said that? That's great.
We're going to see an LGBTQ superhero.
Great.
Did you ever think we'd be saying that? I mean, listen, as a gay guy, like, I never in sort of my wildest dreams, ever thought that there would be a gay superhero.
But that breaks my heart to hear that because there's no reason.
Right.
It's taken us too long to be able to say these words out loud, and we're all just people. So I don't understand how you could think that a certain type of person isn't allowed to be a superhero. So to me, it's like we gotta move faster. But I'm always wanting to move faster with this stuff. I feel like
you've been so outspoken, and like you've not held back, and you're like, this is how I feel. Who empowers you?
So many people. I mean, even from a distance standpoint, the other women, the other groups of minorities, whether it's people of color, people with disabilities, LGBTQ, all of these people that are standing at the forefront of speaking out about what they believe in. When I see them do it, when I see people living their truth and speaking honestly, it gives me strength. Right. And that's how we continue to build on this. How
much do you look to, who are you going to be working with? Obviously, we know you made headlines with the Oscars and Casey Affleck. Do you really take a good hard study of, hey, we want this person to work with you, and you look at that person and say, you know what, that might not be the right person for me?
Yeah, of course. Mostly, more than anything, like the only thing I really get is the experience of making the movie. That's the part that fills me up. The rest of it is when the movie's done, that's for everybody else, but I don't feel like I'm a participant in that. I'm just the conduit for bringing that message in a bottle to people if they want it. So it's always been really important to me that the sets that I'm on, I feel creatively safe, and that the people that I'm working with feel that way, because I feel that difference. If I'm seeing crew members not being treated properly, I don't feel like I can do my job very well.
Have you seen that?
Of course. Yeah, I've been acting since I was 7 years old, so I've seen a lot of things, yeah.
When did your sort of consciousness, is this something you grew up with? Is this something your family instilled in you? Or is it something that sort of developed as you experienced different things?
I've always just seen things, I felt like, differently, and always questioned things, even from when I was a kid. And it was not always received well. But I've tried to be like a normal person, and I really just can't hold up the facade for very long. I usually just like have a meltdown and can't do it again. So, and it's also like, there's certain promises I made myself when I decided to play Captain Marvel. And the main one was that I was going to lead with my heart, that on that set, I was going to lead with my heart. I wasn't going to pay attention to looking at the monitor. I wasn't going to deal with vanity. I was going to get strong for myself because I wanted to feel empowered and capable. And that I was going to use that platform for good, that it wasn't enough for me to just look strong on a poster, that it needed to extend further than that. And because it's something that I believe in so strongly, I'm happy to use this currency. And I don't know what that means. You know, I think some people are afraid, and rightfully so, but I just don't feel that way, because I feel like I can't, at the end of the day, go to sleep at night if I didn't do everything that I possibly could.
When are you going to run for office?
Probably not. I don't know if that's my vibe. I feel like the arts has always been the thing that scares politicians, and so I like to be in that position.
Okay, quick little quiz. How well do you know your Avengers castmates? Robert Downey Jr., has he ever won an Oscar?
Oh, I don't think he has.
He has not.
Yeah.
He should have, though.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have.
I'm always surprised by people who haven't won.
Scarlett Johansson did a cover album. Cover songs of one particular artist.
Tom Waits.
Wow, you're good.
I love Tom Waits.
Oh, do
yeah.
So do you have the album? Do you listen to
it?
it?
I did listen to it when it came out, yeah.
And then there is Chris Hemsworth. Did he really do Dancing with the Stars?
Like the American Dancing with the Stars, or like an Australian version?
An Australian version.
I feel like that's more probable. I don't think he did. He did? Okay, I gotta watch that. That's good.
He hasn't shown you any of his dancing moves yet?
No.
Awesome. Brie, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.